What's up, everybody? Getting an early start today. Neo, Tomas, Kieran, Solar Junior, Aces, Just, Tom. What's going on, everybody? The counter skipped 1:30. You know, I wanted to play around on the Adept today, and I thought I would just move my apprentice gear over to the Adept, yet my apprentice gear is gone. I don't know what I did with it. I didn't put it on the Adept, did I? No, that's all campaign stuff. That is unfortunate. I guess it's gun witchery today then. Get a little gun witchery going. Nah, no crossplay unfortunately there. Any players? What's up, EGAT? Pallid Plays, what up, what up? Mighty Mouse? Curtis? Having trouble in Lightrayne Forest. You can join as soon as I get in a match. No, there's no crossplay. So sadly, you can't join from PS4. What's going on there, Ami? Alright, let's do it up. We're on US West. I'm in the Steam group chat. So you can either look for the game publicly on US West or join me in the Steam group chat there. Project Black, what up? Lightrayne Forest, the easiest thing to do is turtle it, Curtis. Build back at the... Yes, you can join if you're on a box, as long as you're playing on PC on that box. Always Chaos 7, unless it otherwise states there, Charles. Exotic, what up, what up? Alright, let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start off on a boat. Make it public. So anyway, join me from the War Table or from the Steam group. No, there's no crossplay, guys. I mean, it sucks, but that's reality. There's no crossplay at all, so people from different platforms cannot play together, unfortunately. It stinks, but it happens. Let's see, what do we want to do? We want to get some mods is what we want to do. The Mighty Mango has arrived. We'll just do a quick super spammer here. Just super spam. Good enough. Let's gunwitch it. Yeah, this is a little early. I'll be honest. I got up early today to watch the Warframe dev stream, and the Warframe dev stream isn't until tomorrow. So I figured I might as well make use of my time and get started streaming a little early. If it wins matches, then it's good there, Wolfie. Yeah, we're full up now, Nia. We got Mango, Aces, Igor. Tips for what there? Any players? You can look at my most recent playthrough if you're having a tough time. Nah, that's not a dev stream. On board, the dev stream isn't till tomorrow. That's that community manager stuff tonight. Anyway, if you look on my channel and you scroll down, and you'll see the pirate playthrough. That's me going through the game all the way from the start of campaign to Chaos 7 with only the original 4 heroes on a fresh account. So I ended up beating Chaos 7 just under 100 Ascension, and with just practically no mods, or practically no shards. Wasn't pretty, but the B video is updated, Darksteel. Every defense is the same, though. It's you decide what you want the defense to do, and that's how you mod it. As far as shards didn't change. So every defense in the game starts off with deadly strikes, defense rate, and destruction. Every single one. And then you change it from there. Like on Bs, they don't need deadly strikes because their range is really good. So you can get more power out of them. So if you have it, you can throw mass destruction in the mix instead of deadly strikes. If you don't have it, you can throw vampiric in the mix instead of deadly strikes. As far as mods go, you have to pick what you want the defense to do. No one can pick that for you but you, because you're the one building it. God. Looks like the Gun Witch is always T-posing. Yeah, I've never won anything there either on board. The only streams I've ever won anything on is a couple of years ago. I won a giveaway on the DD2 stream, but I've never won on a live stream personally. It doesn't. It stuns for 1 second there, Pog. The mod got changed. It originally was 5 seconds, and it got changed to 1 second. What's up, fam lit? Mighty Mouse Gaming? I appreciate it, man. DD1 is the epic game for sure. There's, I don't know if any of you all are following any of it, or I know a lot of people that are into Dungeon Defenders are familiar with the Sanctum franchise. Well, if you're familiar with Sanctum, you're probably familiar with Coffee Stain Studios. Coffee Stain was recently purchased, and in the little press announcement for their purchase, they've got, first off, they're working on Satisfactory right now, which looks like an absolutely awesome game. I just cannot wait to play it. It's like 3D Factorio. It looks just awesome. But anyway, it says in their press release that they're working on another unannounced game from a different franchise. Well, I am really hoping that that game is Sanctum 3. I think that would be so cool. Sanctum 3 would be a thing of beauty. Recommend a map for Chaos 2? The map choice is really up to you. Crumbled Bulwark is really easy in my opinion. This map is really easy in my opinion. You get lots of DU to spend on this map, so you can build just tons and tons of defenses. Crumbled Bulwark, if you shut it down to 3 lanes, you can get 300 DU per lane, which is pretty big. I ended up getting a 1070 there, Mighty Mouse. Sanctum is another action defense game family. There was a Sanctum 1 and Sanctum 2. They kind of... Sanctum was one of the franchises that kind of paved the way. Oops, upgrading still. That kind of paved the way for games like Orcs Must Die and Dungeon Defenders. They were like one of the OG... one of the OG 3D action defense games. Crap, it won. Look at my new player tutorials playlist from my channel there. Any players? You go to Professor Proteus in town or in your tavern to tinker items to change mods around. If you're unfamiliar with the system altogether, there's a video on it on that new player tutorial playlist. Oh, the Mystic's a beast, no doubt. We got the same map, how weird. Hopefully get some we get some mods out of the deal here. Mango got the bottom, looks like it. Those are nice flame auras. 860k. I wonder what mine are. I think mine are like 900, but I've got them all tricked out. Or no, mine are way higher. I forgot the tooltip change. You got nice auras, Mango. Don't listen to me. How do you grind Ascension? You just play. Any players? You play Expedition maps. They give you the highest amount of Ascension. If you're brand new to the game, you got no reason to grind Ascension. Ascension is not really... It's not something that you need to grind. Just play and you get it naturally. It's just like experience in any other game. I already told you, Curtis. You turtle build it. Is the easiest way. Lightrayne Forest is a super easy map. You just got to take your time and build it. Because I play from my living room. Darksteel, and there's just no reason for it. It's been researched and proven that adding a webcam doesn't do anything. Yeah, you build back at the core. So you got 3 lanes and 800 mana. So you're allowed to spend, what, 250 mana on 2 lanes and 300 on the 3rd lane. Anyway, I play from my living room. I don't want to set up my green screen every single time I stream and tear it back down every time I stream. So until I get a dedicated stream room again after we move, this is how it's going to be. Normally I would use sky guards, but we don't have sky. We got PDTs handling the air here. Mango, put them up there. You don't have to use sky guards. I use sky guards all the time. No clue there, Pog. Yeah, the obvious choice would be to zone. So go to tavern or go to town. And that usually fixes the majority of inventory problems. No good loot for me. Nah, not really interested in tenacity on gear there, Solar. Doesn't do anything. It does not work as advertised. So, in my opinion anyway, tenacity on gear is a waste. Tenacity on relics, of course, is good, but tenacity on your armor pieces is me. Here's a 10 out of 10. Not one I need, but there's one. I see one, I see one. Nice. 110 out of 10 down for the day. My suggestion, if you just started playing a day ago, would be just play. Enjoy the game. Actually, the game population has gone up, David. It's a small indie game. It doesn't have a big player base. The player base has basically unchanged for the most part over the last year. It's gone up and down around updates, but it's right at the same point. So no, you are incorrect. Game's not really growing, but it's not leaving either. The people that play it keep playing it. It's all good. You're supposed to play games to have fun, so if you're not enjoying it, don't play it. I wouldn't expect you to. Or want you to, for that matter. Just adds toxicity to the community, you know? Eh, crap, I forgot to look at it. Ancient Power is a prestige system. Any players, that just means you do it over and over again. Space these a little. See. Might as well throw some air around, huh? Take care of those cobalts. Yeah, don't feed the trolls, guys. It's like feeding a stray dog and wondering why it keeps coming back to your house. Don't feed the animals. You guys did all that. If you would have just ignored him, he would have never said anything else again. Like I said, don't feed the strays, you know? Obelisk must be tier 5. You got the 4 OGs and an EV2. Really, you should just look at the fun factor for you. I mean, you've got a really good, solid build. You could complete all the content in the game with what you've got. So, just completely up to you what you want to do. I mean, if it was me personally, I'd probably get the Mystic, but that's one of my favorites. But, you know, everybody, that's the thing, is what's the most fun for me would not be the most fun for you. Uh-oh, what was that? That was weird. Did I have an assassin on me or something? Very strange, very strange. That's what I need to do, is get my sand traps squared away there on board. Scattershot Huntress bows can give you the most, if you're wanting to do a hero damage build, it can give you some of the highest damage output. The problem with them is you have to be right on top of them, so it's a playstyle thing. I personally don't like them, but I know a lot of people do. So, I mean, if you don't mind being a really close range Huntress, then it can be a great weapon for you. I just like the Mystic's Towers. It's my favorite walls in the game for when I use walls, and all of her snakes are awesome. Personally. It's a public match, Sadiq. You should see it on the war table, and if not, you can just join right through the Steam group. The bow doesn't... What shot type you use doesn't define your builds, is one of the things you'll learn about the game there, Charles. It's more about your stats. If you want your primary attack to do more damage, you have to stack the hero damage stack ability. Or, pardon me, stat. The hero damage stat. It doesn't matter what bow you use. If you stack the hero damage stat, the amount of damage each bow does is going to go up. I'm still using melee boom, but it definitely gets, it's different. It's still good, but it's different than it was. It doesn't have the scaling damage. I'm on U.S. West there, just. What's going on there, Central? Yeah, I mean, I live here. I live in Washington, so the U.S. West server is actually in Portland, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from me. Right down the road. It'd be nice to get multiple 10 out of 10s today. That'd be awesome. Nah, they'll never add cross-platform any players. It's not an option for DD2. The reason you don't put fire servo on cannons is one of the big benefits cannons have is it's one of the few physical damage defenses in the game. So if you add the fire servo, you lose that. It becomes a magical tower. So if you're in a situation like in Onslaught with a Spellbreaker lane where you want physical damage, that's where a cannon shines, really. I mean, you could still add fire to a cannon, but then you'd want to have two sets. You'd want to have two different cannonball builders. One that stays physical, and the other that that changes. Not that I can think of, Gurn. I don't think there are geodes in any Frostlands. You don't have to restart. You just have to go to the title screen there, just. Alright, Darksteel, take it easy. Thanks for swinging by. If you go back out to the title screen, it will allow you to switch servers. What is better, PDTs or cannonballs? It's situational. We better get some volcanoes going, huh? Needs more volcano on board. Needs more volcano. I did this map earlier just to test to see for grind builds, for grinding out mods, trying to get the map done as quick as possible. Just throwing one flame aura and then upgrading it once on every lane. Yep, we ran out of juice. Yep, these lanes are covered already from Earth Shatters anyway. We got no air either. Could be ugly. Let's see, there we go. What do you think of the volcano, though? Here, we'll just go with that. I'm missing 10 DU. The volcano will work, but it's hit or miss because the range is so big it might attack things across the map. Yeah, I'm always on US West there, City. See, let's get gun witchy. Go cannonballs. It tells you when you're playing through the game there, Curtis, when the enemies get introduced, it tells you what they do. It tells you their little special ability. So you just have to look at the little tooltips or cutscenes or whatever when a new mob gets introduced. Everything's just evaporating. Lady Orcs are trying, but they're getting wrecked too. Ten and 10 fortification, nothing wrong with that, Gurn. Throw that bad boy on your walls. Definitely nothing wrong with that at all. Eight to 10 controller servo, nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Now it's just a matter of playing since the new update there, Pal. You get them really, I mean, quick compared to before. I mean, if you grind mods for a day, you're going to have at least one 10 out of 10, you would think. Trendy said that they designed it so they think that you would, on average, people should get a 10 out of 10 mod about every 4 hours of play. But remember, that's a new update. So new additions, you know. You haven't gotten a 10 out of 10, wow. Have you not played very many maps? What's going on there, Osimo? How you been? They're referring to Expeditions, Sonny Mac. If you're playing Onslaught, you don't get loot. You get like a third as much loot as you would in Expeditions. Onslaught is not where you go for gear. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Pistoly. I mean, if you guys are playing Onslaught expecting to get gear, you're just going to be disappointed. It's just, like I said, it's like a third of the amount of gear that you get in Expeditions. Well, that sucks there, Pug. I haven't gotten a bunch of them, but I've definitely got them. I mean, I've gotten more of them since before. And look at how many 7s, 8s, and 9s you've got in comparison to before. I'm glad they changed it. I think it's a nice, refreshing change. I mean, if you had all 5 out of 10 mods on all your gear, you would blast through the game's content. You'd be extremely powerful. Should be, I thought it was 45 there. I thought it was floor 40 and floor 45. Best pirate. Yeah, no doubt. Definitely nice to see. Nice to see the good ones when they come. You just use what you have, Charles, if you're early game. You don't specialize any of your defenses until you make it to Chaos 7. Like I said, go to that pirate playthrough. It shows me starting campaign, going all the way through to Chaos 7. You don't do any sort of specialization at all early game. You just go with what you have. Why does it say the mythical? That's a title. You can select the title. And that pirate playthrough is like, it's this exact build that we're in. I wouldn't put a water servo on any tower. Psychotic. I mean, if you just don't have anything else to put on, Curtis, it's the exact same game on all platforms. There's zero difference between Xbox and PC other than how you're playing. What's going on there, Yarden? How you doing? Oh, no problem there, Dark. I don't look at in-game chat usually, but I mean, I prefer to play public matches. I think we good, right? Did we get the flyers in up top? Yeah, that water servo, sadly, Psychotic is just not very good. It's just all it is a defense power boost that puts a little animation on your towers. It doesn't do anything else special at all. One sec, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Alright, I'm back. I mean, are you still going through the campaign there, Curtis, I'm assuming? I mean, if so, just build with what you got, you know? I mean, the little screens that pop up that introduce the enemies say what they do. But you don't really have to worry about that until you get to the chaos levels. Like I said, go to the pirate playthrough. That's why I did it. Nobody's watching those videos, and that's 100% why I did it. It's a new player video, completely new player perspective videos. It's a fresh account, and I go all the way through, all the way up to Chaos 7. So just go to the playlist, pick the tier that you're on, and go from there. You know? Everybody asked for them, and then nobody watched them after I sunk 200 hours into it. Well, I mean, older players watched it to laugh at me. Getting wrecked. I won't do another one of those for a long time, probably. There would have to be some big game-changing updates, which hopefully there are no more. The Trendy has reinvented the wheel way too many times with DD2, in my opinion. I hope they stick with the game model they got going now and go from there. Get bug fixes and content. Oops, I'm supposed to be gun witching, I forgot. Just such habit for me to go to the monk. I just love playing the monk so much. I used the drenching strikes and beacon of the storm combo on every hero dart. Every hero that I'm using the primary attack on gets those 2 shards. There are screens, they're loading screens that pop up as you go from map to map there, Curtis. You just have to read them. Every platform has them, they're there. There's one particular that's got every chaos enemy listed on it, saying what it does. Drench, the base drench effect slows enemies. More importantly, drenching them allows them to be electrocuted with the electrocute combo, which is hitting a drenched enemy with storm damage stuns them. So the drench itself is really good as it does slow the enemies, but it's only a 30% slow. So it's not a huge deal. But setting them up for that electrocute combo that's the real win right there. Know why drenching enemies would slow them, I don't know. What are they saying? I'm all wet. I can't walk fast. But I've been debating on starting another public Discord server, but the problem is I'm not a big fan of elitist jerks. And that's usually what Discord is. That's what it turns into. So that's the reason I got rid of the old Discord server I had. I don't want to be the fun police and sit there smack everybody down. I would just rather not be in that situation. You know? My old Discord server grew way too big, way too fast, and it was a lot of work. It was more work than I wanted it to be. It should have been something that was extra and fun, and it wasn't. It was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages every single day, and it was a lot of work. Bob was mad at Jim, and Tammy pissed off Susie, and all that crap. I've been playing DD2 every day for like almost 5 years there, TMC. I don't know what makes you think I quit. I mean, there's literally 2,000 DD2 videos on my channel. I'm in it for the long haul with DD2. I'll always have DD2 content going. Go through and clean up my inventory real quick. About quintuple and medium chip is just my thought. Does both of them have different effect? Yeah, the quintuple chip, like on the monk, would only affect the ranged attack, and the medium would affect the melee attack. I don't use either of those for that specific reason. They don't affect both attacks. Alright, let's see what we got. I know I got that 110 out of 10. I'm actually hoping to find a good defense range shard, or mod. A good defense range mod, and I can set my second fishers up. That's not a bad mod, but it's just not what I want. I guess that's how it works. Decent quality mods you get. If you go through and you make a list of all of the mods that you want, you can then look and see that those are the mods that refuse to drop for you. Oh no, I'm still here there, TMC. Willing to buy better inventory system. On the same note, I don't want Trendy reinventing the wheel again. But the mod search can be tedious. I like DD1, where an item was lit up on the ground. If you didn't want the item, you didn't pick it up, and then it auto-sold and got converted to mana, or gold in DD2's case, at the end of the map. There's that heavy chip. Keep that just because. Decent Shatterquake. I've got a better one already, but somebody might want that. Yeah, I'll find a better one. Nothing spectacular. Yeah, but stuff doesn't get auto-sold there, Palg, is the problem. So in DD2, if you don't pick it up, you lose the gold. You don't get anything out of it. If you got all the auto loot turned off and you don't pick an item up, you get nothing. Where in DD1 that wasn't the case. In DD1 it auto-sold and you got the currency for it. So, I mean, what I'm saying is I like DD1's system better. As far as the loot and inventory goes. You have to find a Shatterquake, throw a Apprentice in your deck and play on the Apprentice or Adept actively. You'll see Shatterquakes dropping. Like in DD1, you could queue up a map that you knew was not going to drop the quality of gear that you wanted, like you know, say like Throne Room. You could do Throne Room in DD1 if you were just grinding mana, which was the currency, and just not pick anything up, and just not even run around and look at the stuff. Just let it all drop, and you would, you know, you'd make a ton. I had a 10 of 10 mini boss boom, but that's just not a very good mod. The problem is it doesn't go off, or there's not enough mini bosses for it to go off enough for it to be worth putting in a slot. I played around with it for a while, but I ended up getting rid of it. It went above and beyond with this map too. It just looks great. This one came, I mean, obviously you can tell by the theme of it, for those that don't know, but this map came as part of the Terraria crossover. So it's got the little corrupt area. I don't know, I just like it. I think they did a great job with it. Looks very, very nice. I just happened to look down at in-game chat and they were talking about primary attacks using ability power. That is not correct. Primary attacks on every hero, or the hero damage stat. That's where where the stats come from. I think I should do another understanding your stats video, maybe. Primary attacks are hero damage. Ability power is for abilities. Now there's mods and shards that will be modified by either hero damage or ability power, and those do what they say they do on the shard. But as far as just basic attacks, if I'm just shooting at it with my primary attack, the only thing that's going to affect that is hero damage. If I'm shooting at it with my ability, like the Ice Needle here, the only thing that's going to affect that is ability power, unless a shard states otherwise. Which there are shards that are affected by both of the stats. Yeah, the genie. That was actually a bug, rip me. I didn't even know that. The entire time I played DD1, I played it with a genie. I mean, you started... Like, my particular strategy was every single map. I started wave 1 off with a genie. I got all the defenses up to tier 5. And then I'd switch out to like a seahorse or some kind of DPS pet. Apparently that wasn't supposed to work like that. It wasn't supposed to be as effective as it was. And boy, it was good. I talked to one of the community development team guys, because that got changed now. I talked to one of the community development team guys, and he said that there was a 0 added in for like years in DD1. There was a 0 that wasn't supposed to be there, and it wasn't supposed to restore that much mana. But yeah, man, that was good stuff. Boom mod kills stuff. A death animation, but does nothing. I don't know. I'd take the lack of animation and go with the kills instead, personally. Warframe's got one of those. There's a mod in there that makes flowers bloom from the wound on critical hits. It just cracks me up. I actually have it. There's a couple of situations where I use it just for novelty, because I had the mod slot available and nothing to go into it. But it's the does nothing mod, but makes a little flower bloom from critical hits. Alright, give me the goods. God, I love when it sprays all those legendaries out like that. That just never, ever, ever gets old, seeing that. Oh yeah, no doubt there, Kern. Sweet. It's my lucky map. Oh, I didn't see the ingot had spawned there on board. This map here, historically, I've gotten the best loot off of this map, so this is my lucky map. Needs volcanoes, huh? Needs more volcanoes. Let's see, where do we want them? Gonna cover the whole area. There we go. We got volcanoes now. Trying to figure out what's different on these. Why their DPS is so significantly different. I've probably got a different shard going on. Oh, if we only had more, we had more Lavamancers, we'd be in great shape. We got what? I could sell a lightning striker, or we could have 5 more volcanoes. Maybe I'll do that at some point just to play with them. Go through and make a bunch of Lavamancers again. What's going on, Doug? Snow coming to the East Coast, huh? It's been very mild here. In fact, it's a little on the warm side today. Living right on the ocean, of course, the ocean regulates the temperature, so it never gets real cold and usually won't get real hot. Nope, didn't know that, Solar. Didn't know that. Nope, I forgot to put the gun winch back in my deck. Looks like I'm forced to play the monk. Oh, darn. I need to start saving legendaries and get some more heroes geared up. In fact, maybe I'll start doing that. I'll keep all legendaries that drop here so I can get some more heroes done. Thanks for subscribing there, Dark Blue Skylar. I do appreciate it. Go, go, volcanoes. Where's the roller at? Over here. Gonna take that roller a minute. It's like he's gonna get wrecked. These guys are all set up for it. Aha. It's all good there, Dark. I appreciate it. So did any of you guys play 7 Days to Die? The big Alpha 17 update hits next week on Monday. I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun. There's nice changes. There's a gyrocopter. You're going to be able to build a little, like, single-seater helicopter to fly around in. Some cool stuff. What's going on, Jamie? How you doing? Hide in the basement. Nothing wrong with hiding in the basement. I think that's the normal strategy most people do, is go underground. I'm building a big drop pit right now on my little single player campaign world. And I'm gonna have those blade traps going down, you know, offset to the side of the drop pit, so that they have to drop all the way down to bedrock and fall through blade traps all the way down. And then I'll have a little base underground there attached to it. That's assuming, you know, realistically I'm not going to get all that done this weekend, and assuming with such a big update coming, it's probably going to be a wipe and require a new world. So I probably won't get it done, but that's my intention right now. And let me tell you, that digging the hole is brutal. I got a 4x4 going all the way down to bedrock, intending to convert that into a 2x2, and I've already got the sides dug out to do the blades. Yeah, Snaking Sands is really good, Dark Blue. It's just like you said, it's the speed on it is really, really slow. And remember, with Snaking Sands, it doesn't do anything until it doesn't do any damage until the stun goes off. So at the end of its channel, as it spins up, is when it does the damage. Oh, I've got an auger, Jamie. It sucks, I had to go to 3 different traders to find the auger blade. I never got an auger blade from any of the hardware stores or from Farming Lumberjacks, but eventually I got one from one of the traders. Boy, I was surprised. That auger goes through so much fuel and so many repair kits so quick. I mean, if you're doing any kind of real digging out of an area, it just burns through it like crazy. Well, there's a 6 of 10 defense range. That might actually get me started on some, so I want to do Go Boo Boom Fishers. And I've not had, I'm looking for that range mod. Sorry. We got the allergies going big time here. The wife and I both, neither one of us can breathe. That's the downside of living in the Pacific Northwest. If you've got any kind of allergy issues, you're pretty much screwed. You know, the thing that surprised me most about the auger, Jamie, is the amount of levels you gain just digging one straight hole down to bedrock. Holy crap, you gain so many levels. Why, yes, please. I would love a volcano. Get another one over here somewhere. Alright, right there. It wouldn't get you very far, Jamie. It's too specific. There's no generic do this build for Onslaught. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it would get you through the lower floors, but it wouldn't get you very high. See, needs more Lavamancer. We got room for one more volcano here. What the heck? Needs more Lavamancer. Next stream. Like I did during one night cycle just yesterday. I dug 4 straight lines with an auger all the way down to bedrock. And I ended up going up like 2 levels from it. Just crazy. Just in one night cycle. Well, I mean, that's what the EV2 does best. Why would you not use the EV2 there, Dark? Or do you not have the EV2? I mean, the EV2 is like the ultimate CC builder. You know? You got Shocking Revelations and Proton Beams. I mean, that's just good stuff. Oh, you don't have her. Alright, fair enough. Well, then your bread and butter should be Frostbite Towers. If you have well, everybody's got Frostbite Towers, because everybody's got an apprentice. But if you have the Frosty Power Shard for Frostbite Towers, and you have the Drain, or the Boost Aura Slow, those stack. So you can get mobs going really slow through that area. It's not just Drench, Best Pirate Daily. It's Drench, Poison, Stun, Chill. It's all of the above. There is no lane that's just Drench. So the easiest way to counter them is to use a Poison Dart Tower. Or a Frostbite Tower. A Frostbite Tower will give you an AoE chill around the enemy it's hitting. And that's gonna do very well in those controlled burn lanes. But, I mean, for starters, a Poison Dart Tower gets the job done. But, I mean, if you don't have the EV2 and you're trying to progress an Onslaught there, Dark, you really should have a Frostbite Tower on every lane except full Frost lanes, because Frost enemies can't be slowed, so the Frostbite won't even attack. Or lanes that just can't be slowed. You know, sometimes the lanes will have the Mutator where they can't be slowed, and then the Frostbite won't attack. But a Frostbite Tower is a huge advantage, really, in every build. Come on out, little siege roller. We got presents. It's like Kellyanne down below. I thought this volcano going off might auto-trigger the little engine, but it doesn't look like it is. Earth Shatter's pretty OP too with the knock-up shard. I mean, there's lots of really, really strong defenses in the game right now. Earth Shatter Towers, weapon manufacturers, flame auras, lightning strikes. Cannonballs are ridiculously strong for single target. Proton beams are actually just as effective as weapon manufacturers at stunning lanes, but they don't get any of the glory. All the glory goes to the weapon mans. Proton beams don't stun them as frequently, but they stun them for longer. So it's, I mean, still just crazy, crazy good. What's going on there, buyback? Yeah, you get that nice whooshing noise with the earth shatters. Especially if you got multiples. Ugh, failed jump. Wonder what kind of damage output these things have done. 500 million. Let's look at, say, the front flame aura. It's done 600 million. The volcanoes are almost keeping up with the flame aura. The difference there is 30 DU versus 100 DU. That's sadly what makes the volcano just such a novelty instead of an actual good defense. It's just fun. It's fun to see the volcano erupting everywhere. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate you. Alright, what's in the box? What's in the box? We got an extra spot open too, by the way. Anybody that wants in, feel free to join. You can join through the Steam group or directly from the War Table. It's a public game. Whichever you prefer. We are playing on U.S. West, so you'll want to go back out to your title screen and change over to the U.S. West server. Mastery is worth it. I mean, you've already gone that far in, buyback. I mean, you might as well finish it up, right? You're way past the halfway mark. Needs. Yeah, we'll have plenty. We should have plenty of Plenty of volcano mana left. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's just double dip here. Alright. I can spend 50 more. 50 more. Well, we don't have that many volcanoes with us. Let's see. We'll go volcano there. Onboard put one up there already, didn't he? Yeah, volcano up there. Let's go with one, say here. I think that'll get us. I do think there should be some kind of a system like that, Doug. Auras work really good. What map is it that you're having a tough time with, Denislav? Aura's a flame aura works really good against flyers. But yeah, I would love to see a system in place that would allow us to trade moats. I mean, I've got so many Chaos 7 moats, it's absurd. Thousands and thousands. And I burn through them like it's nothing on the rerolls and stuff. I rerolled my Flame Aura Relic 180 times. I don't know how many moats that was, but it was a bunch of them. But just that one relic I rerolled 180 times. Yeah, you can put a flame aura up in that tree right here. Where is it? There it is. You can put a flame aura right there in that tree. That will cover air. You can put a flame aura right here on this little rock right here. And when these flyers come in, they dip down low right here, and that will hit them. And then over on this lane, you could put a flame aura right on the corner there. It's all about placement in the rest of your build. Remember, if you're building like we're building here, putting a flame aura back here for the flyers is not going to do you any good, because the flyers are going to aggro to your walls or whatever that are right here and blow them up. Nah, it's a straight up reroll. It doesn't slowly increase the power, it's completely random. So you might get a really good roll on your first roll. It might take you 180 like it did with me. What's going on there, Lightrayne? How you doing? Lightrayne. But yeah, just completely random every time. Man, my connection is still just all over the place. I gotta do some more research today. Try to nail this down. I'm wondering now if it's a cabling error on my end. I'm just not sure, but dropping from like a 4,000 upload bit rate down to like a 600 bit rate, back up to 3,000, back down to 800. It's just bouncing all over the place. Well, Lightning Strike Auras hit harder, but are single target. Flame Auras don't hit as hard, but they're AoE, so they hit 10 targets. So if it's a big flyer lane with lots and lots of flyers, you might be better off with the Flame Aura. If it's a lane that only has a few flyers, then you'll be better off with the Lightning Strike. That, I mean, something like that, the #1 best thing to do is focus flyers. So build your defenses where you don't have to focus on the lanes, and watch the map, and as flyers come out, go kill them. I mean, that is 100% the most foolproof thing you could do. That used to be what the game was all about. It used to be all about flyer lanes. If you didn't catch flyer lanes and go DPS them, you'd lose. But then they started buffing Skyguard towers and whatnot. Floor 33 is hard for you. Pirate, that means you need to slow down and read the lanes. Don't just throw the same stuff in every lane. You need to look at what's coming out of each lane and look at the mutator available and build the lane based off of that. But the majority of the time people lose in Onslaught, it's almost always going to be related to their build. So it's just about slowing down and building. It's faster to take 2 or 3 extra minutes to do the map than it is to have to redo it over again, you know? Well, it sounds like you needed to bring a range hero then, Best Pirate. If I've got a lane of mobs that's going to explode, the last thing I want to do is get up in there. Just take a step back and shoot them. Well then, like I said, it's all about the slowing down, reading the lanes. You didn't read the lane. There's only one mutator in Onslaught that makes it so mobs are completely invulnerable. And that's that controlled burn lane. But if you don't slow down and read the lane mutators that are there, you're just not going to win in Onslaught. I mean, it's going to be just hit or miss whether you can beat a map at all, depending on the lanes and mutators that you have. I mean, that's the only mutator that keeps a tower from not being able to damage an enemy. So there is nothing else. It had to have been controlled burn. There is no other stuff. Spray it out there. Give me them legendaries. Yeah, it's up to you, Buyback, really. If you're still having an easy time, the further you push means the least amount of ancient power resets you're going to have to do to get to the ascension caps. So it's, you know, it depends on what your long-term goal is. If you want to reset 30 or 40 times and get lots of those ancient power points, then you could start resetting right now, no doubt. But if you wanted to not worry about doing so many resets and get the ascension caps, then you want to push as far as you can. What's going on there, Joey? Yeah, I started a little early today. I got up early for the Warframe dev stream that isn't until tomorrow. That I thought was today. They got a little thing in game that says starting in 1 day or whatever, but you know, 1 day of course is relative. If it starts at Friday at 11 a.m., you know, Friday 11 a.m. in Australia is going to come a lot earlier than Friday 11 a.m. here, you know, but anyway, I had the days wonked out. I really needed to sleep too. Yeah, I think this is an awesome setup for the Lavamancer. I like the skin setup and the wings and the flares. Definitely think it's a good Lavamancer setup. Yeah, giving me time to get Gunwitchy again. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's some good looking wings. It's one of the last flares I got. I'm not getting defender packs very frequently anymore. Not doing as many onslaught maps. And Trendy doesn't provide those to their content creators like most games do. Sadly. Yeah, I stream on Saturdays. I don't stream on Sunday currently. Football season, you know. I'll go back to streaming on Sundays after the Super Bowl, or after the main season ends anyway. After the regular season ends. But I definitely stream every Saturday. I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch too. I know a lot of the YouTube viewers don't use Twitch, but Twitch is a lot friendlier for longer live streams than YouTube is. So I've been streaming a ton on Twitch. I'm from DC, Joey. I grew up in Washington, DC. The Redskins might make the playoffs this year, but I never get my hopes up. I've been disappointed too many times. Being a Redskins fan will do that to you. The whole family's screwed. The wife's from Michigan. She's a Lions fan. So we're Redskins and Lions fans. And that's a rough combination. Sunday mornings start off with so much excitement and end off with so much rage. The Lions, man, I tell you. They've got some offensive line issues like a mofo. It really is the best way to play the Gunwitch right now, buyback. I mean, if you're just focused on just raw damage, of course the best way to play the Gunwitch is just to have fun. But if you're just focused on just pure damage output, the Ice Needle Gun Witch is just ridiculously good. Yeah, it's a tough thing there, Joey. Tough thing. Looking through everything I've done the last couple of weeks, though, as far as dealing with this intermittent internet problem I've been having, is the only thing I haven't done is replaced my regular Cat 5 cable that's going from my PC to my router. Is the only thing I haven't replaced. I'm wondering, you know, could it possibly be down to the very last cable? I mean, Cat 5 cables don't go out very often, but it is possible. Yeah, the creator of DD2 tools is just not, you know, it's not worth it for him to keep the site up. He was paying for all that out of his pocket. Trendy's putting together a wiki team right now. So hopefully the wiki gets updated to a current point. I was going to volunteer for the team, but I just don't want to... Well, I just can't. I can't spend that much time on the wiki and still make the videos and everything. What's going on there, HHH? Wiki join. I gotta remember that one, Light. I remember you creating it the other day. I gotta remember it. There you go, Solar. Lightrayne beat you to it. That Twitter post has got a link to the details. There's a little survey they want you to fill out. Lightrayne's like that. He's got the mind reading abilities. Wasn't sure if you guys were all aware, but oh yeah, it's legit. Lightrayne knows what you're thinking. Alright. Give me some loot. Give me some loot. Then realized it was my piece. I was hitting the compare button by accident. What was that? Power and healthy power on one piece? That's a great piece of gear right there. Having two mods that work together on the same piece randomly. That's awesome stuff. Man, I got up way too early. I only got about 3 hours of sleep. Too damn early. Ugh, Nimbus reach again. I gotta fix my inventory real quick. I don't like it when it overflows into my last bag. If the stuff overflows into here, I just don't like it. And I said I was going to keep all the legendary pieces. So I can get some other heroes built. I guess I should be keeping medium quality mods too. Oops. Almost accidentally equipped. You know what? I'm just gonna do this the easy way. There. Everything's locked. Now I can look through the gear. I was gonna just auto sell, but I didn't want to sell a 10 out of 10 mod on a blue item by accident. That's one of the rough things we got in the game right now with this whole looting system. Is you really have to look at every piece. The only thing that's safe to not look at is greens. I mean, I guess I could have greens go into a different bag. But then it's just going to get that bag is just going to get cluttered up quick. No more 10 out of 10s for me today, huh? Here's that defense range. I'm going to save that because that will go. I mean, that's not a great mod as far as the quality of it, but it will work on my Gobu Boomfishers. I wish I knew what I did with my apprentice gear. I just don't know where it went. You know what? I'm just going to keep all that stuff. Alright. Just the one Ollie. See, what is the highest DPS you can get from Ice Needle Gun Witch? I'm doing about 120 million buyback. What are your thoughts on the Angry Nimbus? The Nimbus is one of the highest single target defenses in the game as far as DPS output. You have to know that it's single target though, as it doesn't appear like it should be. It appears like it should be raining down over a pack, but it's not. It's actually only hitting one target. Let's see. Oh, look at mine. HHH. You want to talk about minimum ascension gains? My current ascension is what? Where is it at? 20. My current ascension is 2279. If I reset, I'm gonna get 1800 plus 700. So that's 2589. If I reset right now, my ascension would be 2589. So I would go up 300 ascension levels and change. It definitely, the higher you push an Onslaught, well, I mean, you get to a point in Onslaught where every floor you push raises your minimum ascension 12. Yet you only gain like 1 ascension level for doing the floor. So your minimum ascension is going to just blast past your current ascension. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a matter of resetting. All that means is you don't have to add those two numbers together. It works the same for everyone, whether you've ever reset or not. So it doesn't matter if you've reset. Every floor you do is going to increase your minimum ascension by 12 points. With a reset, of course. I think that's probably good enough. Oop, I forgot the volcanoes. What am I thinking? Must have volcanoes. Let's see, we'll get one over here this time. Or we'll put it right in the middle. Or you know what? I'm going to put it over here instead. Give it a little more range on those two lanes. I don't know exactly which one it drops from. It drops from a tier and up, so it's not good. There is no good target farming for mods. There's no way to do it. It's too random. So I always suggest you the highest chaos floor you can, because first off, your chance of getting the mod you want is like completely non-existent. The chance is so low. So get the other stuff while you're looking for your mod. Don't go down and farm a lower tier for, you know, 0.1% better probability chance of getting it. It's just not a smart move. RNG is cruel like that. Lightrayne sheets got them all though, where the lowest they drop. But if something drops in, say, Chaos 4, that means it drops in Chaos 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's not just Chaos 4. If something drops in Campaign, then it drops in all game modes. Not just Campaign. What's going on there, David? Air lanes with Bullet Sponge? Well, Bullet Sponge gets removed by any non-projectile defense hitting it. And there we go, Lightrayne just told you. So, like, Poison Dart Towers work really well, because when the poison ticks, it removes the Bullet Sponge. Throwing aura right around the entrance where the flyers come in will remove the Bullet Sponge, and then your Skyguard or whatever can hit them. If it's not a setup where you can realistically use an aura at the spawn, then just go with a Poison Dart Tower. Because the second that poison ticks, kinda, but not really, Dart. The bees have three. The bees are single target. Yet there's 3 bees per nest if you're corrupt. So they can have 3 bees hitting one target, they could be 3 hitting separate targets. A Nimbus is just single target, it's just attacking one target only. But yeah, like Lightrayne said, the Nimbus by default will drench enemies. So it gives you a little bit of single target utility in the mix as well. I got the Gunwitch. I didn't think I'd put her in. Is she here? Get sniped full? With my ability power Gunwitch that does no snipe damage. But the thing to remember with a Nimbus is the same that can be said about all single target defense towers. If that's all you use, you could get overrun. So you don't want to do just the Nimbus. If you just spam Nimbus everywhere, your chances of success are going to go down. Just like they would if you just spammed cannonballs everywhere. You know, you get the hard-hitting single target damage, but you don't have any AoE. So the defenses can get overrun really quick if there's a lot of mobs. It only attacks so quick, you know? And then like in the Nimbus case, it's got to move from target to target. So like a cannonball is going to be better in the aspect of it's going to instantly shoot at another target. There's no break. The Nimbus has that travel time. You got another volcano with deadly and no other stuff. That's fair. Yeah, the Nimbus and Hornets both attack air enemies. All the Dryad stuff does except the slimes. Of course the Harpies do. They just have to be in that range. Like Lightrayne said, they've got a limited vertical reach. It's not a big globe like, say, a Flamar would be. It'll only go up or down so far. There's no max ascension level. Max ancient power level, I'm assuming you mean. There's no max. You can go as high as you want. I mean, there's a effective max where you're gonna not get any greater benefit off of doing it, and that would be 70. If you've got 70 ancient power resets, going over 70, there is no benefit you gain other than a slight experience buff and a slight gold buff. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's not worth doing. I mean, I went to 42, and I didn't need to go to 42. Nah, there's never been a max IBN. Same thing before. In the old system, there was a max effective level. Alright, let's do one more. Just one more. Man, long loading times today. Why, yes, please. I'd love a volcano. How about two? I was gonna do Warframe today, but I think I might stream later on, David. And people seem to always like when I stream DD2. And it's fun. I enjoy playing around, doing these casual days like this where you can just kind of play and have fun and not worry about any sort of progression or anything else. Just playing to play. $200 mana. I got 200 mana there on board. Here, have some extras. It's a tip. Let's see. Let's get old Proteus in the mix here. Get a little freezy freeze going. Just for fun. Crap, am I using up all the DU? Or no, he's got it. Warframe's awesome there, Solar. I love that game. Alright, let's DPS on the EV this time. Bring on Robo Juice, or Juice Bot, pardon me. The Juice Bot into the mix. Get some pew pew going to the faces. Alright, HHH, take it easy. Have a safe flight there, man. Yeah, Beetleborgs. You know, a Warhammer 40k game released today, a new one. I'm not really sure what it's all about, but I've got a media agreement with the Warhammer 40k people from way back in the Games Workshop days. So I got a code for it. I was thinking about playing around with that bad boy. Get wrecked, Bettis. Reminds you of a Transformer. No fun to be had over there. Let's get back over here. Not coming out fast enough. Oop, I missed. Fail. Don't miss again. There we go. I want to stand on a tree, dang it. There's a shard called Celestial Power. I think it's called Celestial Power. Their best pirate that allows you to use more stars. I didn't say I'd stream all day, Solar. I said I would stream Saturday. I didn't say all day, though. All day streams, maybe you misunderstood me. I was talking about I wanted to start streaming more and doing like all day streams like 4 or 5 days a week. But until I get my connection issue resolved, I'm just not going to be able to do that. Well, yeah, if all you're looking for is a defense rate shard, that's the best way to get it. There, Dark Blue is Farm C4. You can get C4 shard packs in other tiers, but it's random. As long as you get the win streak going in Chaos 4, though, you're guaranteed 2 Chaos 4 shard packs every map. As far as streams that are not on my stream schedule, though, I'll be streaming Monday for sure with that 7 Days to Die update. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I had someone suggest to me today that I ping to try to figure out where my issue is, that I do some continuous pings to my router and checking that, and then do some continuous pings to my ISP, and then do some continuous pings to like Google, and kind of decipher where my breakdown is. Melee attacks there, Best Pirate. Melee attacks restore Corrupty Juice on the Dryad. Any defense that you want to be focused on ranged enemies, Charlie? That would work out well in Skyguard Towers for sure, as quite a few of the flyers are ranged mobs. All of the problem is the tough flyers aren't. The tough flyers, in my opinion anywhere, are the support mobs. But like an anti-range servo would just destroy wyverns and the lightning bugs. But yeah, like Lightrayne said, the stars last a minute. So what you do is you get yourself full on Corrupty Juice, and then you spam a stack of stars on the ground and leave them sit there. And they're going to sit there for a minute. So go and spam up your abilities and clear the initial onslaught that comes out, and then run back to your stars and pick them up. And you know, just that alone is usually enough to get you all the way through the wave. If your spamming abilities really, really heavy, then you have to get some melee attacks in the mix as well. Every melee attack restores 3. So if you sit there melee attacking the lane for, you know, 20-30 seconds, you're gonna get a lot of your juice back. Lots of juice. Alright, Pirate, take it easy. Thanks for swinging by. Not any more than it did before, Yarden. I mean, the higher the stun chance, the better off you are. Always been that way. It doesn't affect it any more than it always has. A low Shocking Revelations mod is still really good. Like a 1 bar is still better than not having it. The Shocking Rev mod is just best in slot on Weapon Mans. So no matter what your quality is, it's gonna, you know, that's just always gonna be a good mod. Have you guys noticed a lot of framiness on the stream? Is it just every now and then, or is it bogging down all the time for you guys? Or is anybody having anyone that has a good internet connection having any buffering issues? There you go, Rasmus. Check out that Next Hero link that Lightrayne posted up. It'll give you an overview of all of them, and you can make an informed decision then. I wouldn't guess we will. David? I don't know that, but I wouldn't guess we're going to learn anything tomorrow. Anything new. We might. Who knows? There's a 9 out of 10 mini boss servo that I won't use. Actually, I might use that. Or that's a mini boss boom. Nah, mini boss boom I'm not going to use. See, having a mini boss one that only does 800,000 damage is not balanced with the other boom mods. There's only going to be so many mini bosses in a lane, you know? Alright, Solar, take it easy. Alright, all. Well, that is going to do it for today. I want to run some more tests on my system here, get my internet figured out. Through the course of this stream, it's been 2 hours and 9 minutes I've been streaming. I've dropped 7,000 frames in 2 hours, where when my connection's operating as it's supposed to, I can stream for 8-10 hours and have 0 dropped frames. So I mean, I should never be having frame drop issues, and I am. So I mean, overall it's only 3% of the total frames that were sent. Yet it's an unacceptable level. But anyway, thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, tomorrow is Friday, so I'll be over on Twitch during the day. Right after Trendy Friday Fun, I'll go live on my Twitch channel. Check me out over there. Trendy Friday Fun starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I'll be live right after at 1 Pacific or 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But thank you all so much for swinging by. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Take it easy.